Welcome to the Inflator Studio. Today I'm making this coffee-inspired organic balloon column, and stay to the end to learn how to make these adorable coffee beans. The garland is made up of clusters of 6 balloons that gradually get smaller. I'm going to inflate 2 balloons at the same time till they're nearly their full size, and then slowly let air out and press them against the table so that they're nice and round and anywhere between 10 and 8 inches in diameter. Tie them together in a pair by wrapping the nozzles around twice and tying them in a knot. Repeat this step 3 times with the same color of balloon, and then we're going to join these together into a cluster of 6. Only for this cluster, I did add an 18-inch balloon in, but you could do this all with 11-inch balloons. Take 2 of those pairs and overlap them so that the nozzles touch in the center, and then twist 1 balloon from each of those pairs around each other, locking it into a quad. Take the 3rd pair and slip it against the nozzles of the quad so that all of the nozzles touch in the center. Then twist 1 balloon from this new pair around one of the balloons in the quad, and that will secure them all together into a cluster of 6. I repeated this process with my next 2 colors, keeping them about the same size as that first cluster. Then, as I repeat my color combinations, they're gradually going to get smaller. Once I got to my 7th cluster, I added in 2 5-inch balloons, replacing 2 of the 11-inch balloons. And every cluster after that, I replaced 1 more 11-inch balloon with another 5-inch balloon until I had 12 clusters in total. To join the clusters into a garland, I'm going to take an empty 260 balloon, remove all of the air, and then tie the end in a knot. Then tie the end of this 260 to one of the nozzles of that first cluster we made. Now I want the 18-inch balloon to be the very end of the garland, so I'm going to tie the 260 to the nozzles of this cluster on the opposite side of that 18-inch balloon, and then when I go to add the next cluster to this garland, I'm going to nestle it against this first cluster, making sure it's opposite the 18-inch balloon. Once I've got them snug together, I'm going to pull that 260 balloon up through the center of the new cluster and wrap it in a figure 8 around 2 of the balloons. Nestle the next color of cluster against the garland. Pull the 260 up through the center of this new cluster and wrap it in a figure 8. I'll continue to tie on my clusters following this color pattern as they gradually get smaller. I find it's helpful that as I inflate the clusters, I lay them on the floor in order, and that way you can take a look at them before you tie them together to make sure they are gradually getting smaller and the colors are in the right order. As you near the end of the 260 balloon, you'll want to take another empty 260 and tie it end to end with your current one. That way you have enough length to finish assembling the garland. As I place these final clusters together, I want to pay attention to where the big and small balloons sit against each other, so that way we don't curve too far in one direction, and that final cluster has all the 5-inch balloons pointing towards the very end. Tie the remaining 260 tail to the nozzles of that last cluster, giving us a garland that's about 10 feet long. You could absolutely hang this directly on a wall and finish out the details, but I'm going to put mine on a 5-foot balloon stand to make it a freestanding organic balloon column. The 3 smallest clusters will extend beyond the top of this stand. The 4th cluster in this garland is where I'll attach it to the top of the stand by nestling the stand right against the nozzles of that cluster between 2 balloons, and then twist those 2 balloons around each other to hold it in place. Then I'm going to wrap or zigzag the balloon garland back and forth across the stand so that it connects with the center of the stand, and the balloon garland connects again at the base of the stand with 1 cluster extending past the base of the stand. Then I'm going to take a moment to adjust the balloons so they sit nicely in an S shape. Where the upper part of the stand is visible, I'm going to place this coffee cup foil balloon from Burst Party Co. The team at Burst generously sent over some balloons for me to use, as well as some extra ones to give away to you all. For all the details about the giveaway and how to enter, click the first link in the video description. If anyone asks you for money or your information in the comments of this video, that is not me. I will be reaching out to the winners directly via email. The coffee cup balloon has this gorgeous gold band on it, which is the perfect place to put custom vinyl lettering. If you decide to add lettering, make sure you've got it sized correctly for your balloon, and you leave a couple inches on either side of the lettering to the seam of the foil balloon. That way all of the text stays on the front of the balloon and doesn't end up wrapped around the sides. I'm gently rubbing over the top of all of my lettering to make sure it sticks really well, but I don't want to rub too much on the transfer tape so it comes up easily when peeled. I inflated the coffee cup, and then before I add it to my design, I'm going to hide away the nozzle by attaching a glue dash to the back of the nozzle, removing the paper backing, and pressing the nozzle against the back of that coffee cup. That way it's not visible on the front of our design. I'm going to nestle the coffee cup balloon on the inside edge of this upper curve as the focal point of this design, and also to hide most of the center pole. I'm going to secure the balloon directly to the pole using some clear packaging tape. I'm not going to worry about putting balloons on this back side as this is a one-sided design, but if yours will be viewed from multiple angles, you can add a few small balloons to this back side to hide it away. Now I'm going to accent the garland with some mini balloon clusters. I've inflated 5-inch balloons to about 4 inches in diameter and tie them into quads. Then I'm going to take an empty 260 balloon that I've cut in half and tie it to the center of that quad. Then I'm going to take another quad of the same color and tie it to the other end of the 260. This will create a mini balloon cluster that I can add in easily to the garland. I like to start off by adding these clusters anywhere I need to hide any mechanics, and in this instance includes the lower section of this pole. Stretch the 260 balloon between the two quads around one of the balloons that's already attached to the garland. Wrap the quads all the way around, making sure that 260 nestles against the nozzle of the balloon in the garland so it's hidden from sight. Then you can play around with the placement of those mini quads until they're sitting how you want them. Because I'm going for a color blocked look, I'm going to place my mini quads only on top of clusters of the same color. Mini clusters are great for filling in gaps that you may have in your garland, adding texture, and help define the overall shape of the garland. I'm focusing the placement of my mini clusters on the bottom 2/3 of this garland. Because the top is so narrow and primarily made up of 5-inch balloons already, I'm going to take just a few moments to adjust the placement of those little balloons so they sit exactly where I want them. To make the coffee bean accents, take a dark brown 260 balloon and inflate it with 2 pumps of air from a hand pump. Tie the nozzle off in a knot, and then we're going to make a bubble that's about 4 finger widths long. This measurement doesn't have to be exact, we just need to be consistent. So at that point, pinch your balloon and twist it a couple times away from you. Then fold the tail end of the balloon back towards the nozzle so that the balloon sections are touching. Now make a second bubble that's 4 finger widths long or the exact same size as the first bubble. Pinch and twist the balloon a couple times, and then you're going to join the ends of these bubbles together by wrapping the nozzle around the twist you just made and then pressing that nozzle through the center of the bean and pulling it through. This will complete the single bean. Now I'm going to press the air away from the end of the bean and take a pair of scissors and nip the balloon about 1 inch away from the end of the bean and cut off the remaining balloon. Don't throw away the remaining balloon, as you can re-inflate it and make more beans out of it. Take the tail end attached to the bean and tie it in a knot to the nozzle. Then tuck the nozzle and the tail into the center of the bean to hide them away. Because I need several beans for this design, I'm going to show you how to make a double bean. Inflate another dark brown 260 with 4 pumps of air, and then we're going to repeat the same steps as we did for the first bean. We're going to make a bubble that's 4 fingers long, fold it back on itself, and make another 4-finger bubble. Wrap the nozzle around this twist, and then tuck that nozzle into the center. Now from here it's a little different. We're going to create a second bean. Make another 4-finger bubble, fold the balloon back towards that first bean, make another 4-finger bubble, and then you're going to twist this second bean around itself, twisting the ends of the beans together. Then press the air from the remaining balloon away from the beans, cut it off, and then tie the tail end of that to the nozzle of the first bean to finish it off. I'm securing all the coffee beans to the design using glue dashes. Place the bean where you want it, and then where the bean touches a balloon behind it, that's where you'll place your glue dash, remove the paper backing, and then stick the bean back where you had it. I'm grouping multiple coffee beans together so they make large swooping clusters that mimics the shape of the garland. Now I don't want these to just sit flat on the garland, so I'm actually laying some of the beans on top of each other, resting them at different angles, and that gives it a little bit more of a dynamic look. The combination of latex balloons, the foil coffee cup, and these coffee beans can be used in so many different types of balloon designs. You could put the coffee cup on top of a quad with some coffee beans and it would make a beautiful administrative assistance gift, or you could do a full-blown garland for the coffee lover in your life as a baby shower or even a bridal shower theme. If you enjoyed this project, check out this video. Until the next time, remember, stay creative, everybody.